trying to. For some reason, American Airlines they're not receiving calls right now. Like,
Hey, QB's backstage. Bring him up, Drew.
oh yeah,
Man,
he just ended the live.
Wait a
QB.
minute.
Hello?
Something about
Hey,
changing
Drew.
the flight
Wait,
last
Drew.
minute.
Wait, Drew. I did not get a consultation from QB Passport Flexing.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
Somebody said you did?
Yeah, I
that what
thought
you
you. I
just
thought.
said.
Yeah, I thought you consulted him.
No. I was basically coaching him on, well, I'm not going to say coaching, but he was on a date on a live stream and I was typing in Spanish and the girl was reacting and giving him kisses and stuff. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Now we got a
Excuses that were not warranted or wanted. I heard.
we know somebody that one of the same people. You know what I mean? One of my subscribers also is somebody that he knows, and we. You know, he told me about coming to Ecuador, so I don't want to take the shine away from my boy Honey Pack for putting me on game.
Honey
Abs-
Pack.
What a
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
Honey Pack. What the?
Well, that's one of his names. That's one of his names. He's not a
Oh,
YouTuber.
okay.
Yeah, he's not a YouTuber. He's one of my subs too. He's a cool brother. So he's been to Ecuador and he basically told Styles King everything that I kind of mentioned. So yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate him, man. Shout out to him, man. For real, put me on game. He a world traveler. He been doing this shit longer than me, so you know he put me up on game. And that much respect to him. Respect to QB though. I wasn't trying to say QB ain't that. I'm just saying like that's just the facts.
Right.
But yeah, I'm doing good, man. American Airlines, for some reason, they shut down right now on the phone. I can't get in contact with them. So
You
I'm trying to.
change your flight?
Yeah. I always do that though. Like I go to a place and then because I didn't know if I was gonna like it, so you know I booked it up to the 30th, but I want to stay longer. So I'm gonna try to change my flight to a further date out.
Okay.
Somebody
So
got some
QB,
feedback.
What's up?
QB and Styles. What's your take on this brother over here getting caught up in these Brazilian streets, man? Some people are speculating, saying that maybe the best friend kind of set him up. I mean, what's your take on why would he just run and leave his homie there to die, man? Like,
I gotta look into the story, Drew. So
okay.
yeah, maybe Styles King can. Do you know about it, Styles, or can you brush
Yeah,
me up on it?
I was watching Andrew's stream earlier when he was talking about it. I just think it's a really sad thing. That's something that's kind of been common in a lot of South American countries already. I think that you just got to be diligent and try your best to make sure that the people that you with are good people. You know what I mean? Make sure you're not involving yourself in nothing crazy. You know what I mean? You can't let just because a woman is beautiful, you can't let her try to persuade you into things that you wouldn't normally do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up to speed real quick. So
Okay.
basically, QB that doesn't know, well, this guy flew in from.
There you go again.
Actually, no.
You broke up,
There was
Drew.
actually two incidents. One was in Colombia.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, there's actually two incidents. One happened in
You got
Colombia,
choppy
and one happened
again.
in Brazil. But I guess this.
Uh-huh.
Oh
My
shit!
bad.
He's getting choppy again. All right, hold on. Let me fix this shit.
All right.
Turn your
I heard
game
about the guy in Colombia that they're just now finding out that he passed away and he went to Colombia and
He
like
had
in
basically when he had a pulmonary embolism.
Damn.
Basically, that was probably pulmonary embolism is from pressure.
And
Yeah.
blood clot.
blood
It's a
clot.
blood clot
Yeah,
going to
and
your
it
lungs.
winds up shoots to your heart and kills you.
It's to your
Oh,
lungs.
4
It's to
hours
your
after he
lungs.
got off the plane, he either he had some kind of pulmonary embolism, but it took him a while to do the autopsy in order to figure that out.
okay.
A pulmonary embolism is a blood clot that goes to your lungs and stops you from being able to breathe.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
Yep, that's right. Because that's why
So
his mom said he had breathing issues. She could tell on his phone. So
Mhm.
you're speaking to him. Why are you breathing like that?
So we were talking about it earlier. You guys got to get up and move around the plane, especially you're in a highly pressurized plane for so many hours. It's like going and doing diving. When you get the bends, same thing. You know, you got to depressurize. You got to move around and exercise a little bit. It's just sitting on a plane for 5 to 12 hours on a flight and you're not moving around at all. You can form a blood clot.
Yeah. I try to get up and move around as much as possible. Even when I'm just sitting around in the house, sometimes you just gotta, like my watch would say, it's time to stand up. You gotta move around, bro. You can't just be sitting there.
Right. And I
You
tell
got an
guys,
Apple Watch?
look, you should be traveling, but also, you know, take care of your health. Because you get in a situation where you got to go to the hospital, that can cost a whole lot of money in another country. A lot.
Well, I also tell people to get their health insurance as well. It's not that expensive.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Double
true.
insurance helps. It also helps with repatriation of your body if you're the die. That's also covered within your health insurance plan or your travel plan, depending on what plan you get.
Can you guys hear me?
Repatriation could cost you up to $70,000 to get your body back. So your family's got to scramble to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear me, or am I skipping?
Yeah, we can hear you, and you're not
Yeah.
popping anymore. We just can't hear the video if you got it playing for music or for sound.
No, I'm not playing the video. Well, I'm
Yeah.
not playing the music. Or
This
whatever,
is the
but
guy that
anyways,
was the millionaire the other
so
day.
This guy,
Go ahead.
yeah,
He
the guy that was,
where's this at? Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, this is the guy that got by this this chick. That's he's the millionaire and he's on the streets, man. Look at the sketchy place where he's at. This is the
Wow.
chick that he's going back home with.
They look
Look
like
where they're at, bro.
ghetto ass ratchets, man.
Damn.
Damn.
Go ahead, keep playing it.
That's a place of residence. That's where he's at.
And these are hookahs, right?
Oh yeah, they're hookers
Well, we don't know that now.
Hookers.
We don't know that.
or
These
part of
could
a
just
gang,
be-
one of the two.
Yeah, these could be just robbing girls.
You don't know that?
No, I'm just saying. these-
Well, you know,
That's
hookers are
true.
robbing girls
But,
too,
hey,
man, and robbing girls are hookers as well.
yeah,
True.
that's true.
This is
Damn.
304 red light district lifestyle, man. This is what they do. It's like any hood, even in the United States, man. You got over there. Oh, actually, this is an elevator. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's why I was saying, what kind of sketchy ass
I
place
didn't
is he
even
in?
know that.
You get in that floppy ass damn small ass elevator like that.
Oh, that's an elevator.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Are
in
you
those
sure that's
countries,
his
you
place
better
of
be glad
residence
you got
or
an
not the
elevator.
Chica's place?
I don't
That was
know,
the
bro.
Airbnb.
That's
the
a
Airbnb
cheap.
he
Oh
had.
my god, bro! I
Oh,
can't.
wow.
How you have that much money and
That's
you're living
an
like this?
Airbnb?
That's wild.
What type of shit is that?
I mean, look at the building, guys. I think the building was only two floors, though.
I don't know. It's just
So it might have been a nice spot.
mean,
that is not a
might
nice
have.
spot, bro. That is not
I
up
mean,
to
if
the
you kinda
standard of
look at
somebody
him,
makes
he
over
looks a little
7
bit off.
figures. Stop it. That is not a 7-figure man fucking place right there. That is not.
He looks
That
kind of
right?
off though, man. He looks like one of those rich dumb niggas.
Damn. Why you be cruel to a dead man? Don't do that.
But that's why I say
I'm just,
Brazil
it's the
is-
way he looks, man. He just, I don't know.
Brazil not the place for black men, man. I'm telling you, don't go there, man. Fuck that.
You know, you the second person that's actually said that. No, Traveling Tony said that same thing.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Said what?
Me and Traveling Tony on the same page. I respect Traveling Tony.
Brazil
I've been
is not
saying
the
that
place
ever
for
since I
black
came
men?
back. It's not.
Brazil is not the place for a black man.
Damn, dude. Well,
His
Mr.
friend
Trick
left
Daddy
there, too.
Skyler,
Him and his friend
he's an expat in Brazil, and he's winning as a black man.
But he liked to use. I mean, I was just watching your stream. He said that he liked to pay. So if you want to pay, then yeah, that's different. I ain't talking about people that want to do pay for play.
Right.
Hey, you can't knock a man
man.
for his lifestyle, because then you
I'm,
have to.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying.
Not
I'm
you.
Oh, okay.
Not you. Not you. I'm just saying. You know, dudes live all kind of ways. You can't knock him for his lifestyle. It's how you move in that
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If you doing P for P, you can be fat, short, tall. It don't matter what you are.
Yeah, that boy there, man. Like I said, he got a 20-year vet, no kids, never been married.
Damn.
He got money. He got money, and he got a pension. He got money.
Drew, you need an ad blocker so these ads don't come up when you're doing reaction.
Yeah, I know.
If he got $1 for every time somebody told him that, he probably would be able to afford the ad blocker.
Oh, he be down there.
Yeah, I know. I got
Skyler.
With Skyler.
Shoot, he got $1 for every
Who's
time
P for
somebody
P?
told him that. No, I said if you got $1 for every time somebody told you that, you be down there P for P with Skyler.
I think you can get them for free. Those ad blockers. You just got to be careful which
Yeah,
ones. So
You get some of those free apps, man. They start bringing in all kind of other shit.
right.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for that ad blocker, man. I haven't done it yet. I've been just kind of lazy with
10
the shit.
years later, where's that sound effect?
Whatever. How do you fucking pay for that shit, anyways?
Exactly.
I don't even know how
You gotta get YouTube Premium. You gotta get YouTube
Oh, do I?
Premium.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No, I don't.
man.
I don't have YouTube Premium, and I have an ad blocker.
Oh, okay.
You can upgrade to YouTube Premium and not even have to worry about it. That's not that bad.
Yeah, I'll probably just
Only
upgrade.
$14 a month.
Okay.
You just tell them motherfuckers, hey, I need y'all to super chat me $15 a month.
Right?
Oh,
Shit.
He gets that. He gets that. You turn him in Austin Holloman. Pay my bills, bitch.
I
Turn
don't
him
like
into Jay
spending,
Willow.
I don't like spending unnecessary money. If I feel like it's not
Okay,
worth
Jay
it,
Willow.
I ain't gonna spend. No, man, that's how people who got money don't like to spend money, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
like this
sure.
dude on the damn on the live, right? Unfortunately, he didn't want to spend the right kind of money, and he put himself in a.
Well, there's a difference. There's a difference. The premium ads ain't gonna save me for some hookers. There's a difference. Like, I ain't worried about the goddamn premium ads.
Might block one of those corn sites from you though.
Mhm.
Oh God, here you go with this Bitcoin bullshit.
Bitcoin.
I said corn. Corn.
Oh,
corn.
Oh, corn.
Corn. Corn rhymes with, the P word.
Bitcoin.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that corn. I'm not worried about that corn, man. So
Mhm.
we don't talk about certain parts anymore because we definitely don't want that algorithm. No. Just like
Yeah, you
Mr.
scared of
Peso.
algorithm, just like the
Mr.
other.
fucking Peso man tried to trap me in that bullshit yesterday. Did you hear him?
Why don't you just do one show on the Lady Boys?
What
So you could be stuck in that damn algorithm for 5 years.
What?
Motherfucker, man.
Well, I mean, I might do a response to
You better not. You better
Don't
not.
do it, man.
Broke Man's Passport. He's
Don't do
promoting.
Man.
Don't
No,
do
don't
it.
do it.
Don't
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
Don't touch
Man.
anything.
Every
Don't touch
damn
anything with that, man.
They're gonna
alpha
attack you,
people gonna be
bro.
all up in your shit.
It's gonna be a cyber war with those motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, do not do that, bro.
Don't do it.
Okay.
I
I
won't do
won't.
it.
Yeah.
I won't.
You can't help yourself,
That's it.
QB.
That's
You
how-
won't do it.
But it's
He's
gonna be
saying it right
Nah.
If you did that
It-
shit,
You
I'll
can stand in
be
his
shocked,
face. He's gonna
bro.
do it.
Cause you see
Nah.
how what's his name?
QB's about to do it.
What's his name?
I won't.
Squad. God, what's the dude's name?
Toon
Something
Squad?
No.
Tom
Dude, that-
Tom Young
No,
LeChun.
the
Yeah.
other squad. What's his name? No. God,
Travel
him
Squad.
and CC. Travel Squad. You know how him and CC have been going at it, right? I don't know if you heard any of those live, but CC
No.
had taken a recording of him talking about trannies, and man, it ain't never going away.
Hey, watch those words.
Oh man.
Watch those words.
Transformers.
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 Can't be having that
Lord,
algorithm over
the
here.
eye. It's kind of funny how that song says the word and then it says more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
More than
But
meets
yeah,
the eye.
whatever you do, don't touch that part of the algorithm.
Okay. I'll
Autobots
leave it alone.
transform.
Roll
I
up.
mean, I just don't understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, we
God.
can-
Finally. Welcome to the board.
Man, hey, my apologies, fellas, man. I had some technical issues on my end. Hey, yo, salute Drew, Ronan, you know what I'm
What's
saying?
up,
The
my
rest
bro?
of the brothers, Passport Flexing, you know what I'm saying? The rest of y'all brothers. It's been a minute, Ronan, man, that we've been on the panel. Last time I was on the panel, it was me, you, Kings and Dreams. It was Lucario and like another person or whatever.
Oh, were
And
you on the
I think
panel
the
when I
topic of
got
discussion
Lucario?
was like,
You were on the panel when I got Lucario to admit that his idea of beauty standard is one cheeseburger away from a fucking fat body chick.
Where's this stream?
yeah, bro,
Where's this at?
yeah.
I think it was on either your panel,
Man,
QB,
that
or it
was
was on
amazing.
Andrew's show's panel. And I told y'all needed to
No,
clip that
it was
shit,
on the,
and y'all never clipped that shit. Whose show was it on, Fidel?
it was on Kings and Dreams channel. It was on Kings and Dreams channel.
Oh,
For real, you're
I
allowed to
gotta-
curse
I-
on that channel?
Yeah, this was a minute ago. This was like around like October, November last year.
yeah. It
I
was
gotta
a while
go back
ago.
and watch
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
didn't know you were on King's
Yeah.
channel, Ronan.
I was on it early, and like I said, Lucario had got me to a point where I got him boxed in. You were on the live. You were on
Were
that
you
same
allowed-
live.
Hold on, were you guys allowed to retaliate back?
We
on
didn't
this
cuss.
show?
We didn't cuss.
Oh, but you
We weren't
retaliated.
cussing.
Though.
I
I mean,
just
I was
boxed
surprised.
him in by words to get him to give us what his standard of beauty was.
Wow.
Hey,
And when
man,
he
it
had nowhere
was
to go, he had to admit to it.
it was a dope stream though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I understand from both ends of the spectrum. You know what I mean? And I just want to say this, man. I mean, like at the end of the day, like we could talk about game and all that shit, but in the instances where I've seen reports on, you know, these Black American men specifically traveling to these other countries, Latin America specifically, and you know, they just lose their mind when they just touch down as if they don't got no street smarts. I mean, can we agree that you need a part of game? You know what I'm saying? Some awareness to know what the hell you doing out here. But my thing was that wasn't my quarrel with Lucario. My thing was, bro, everybody got their own. Okay, we could talk about what's subjective and what's objective, right? If we talk about something that's objective, that's the absolute 100% thousand truth, no matter where it is that you go. Now, depending on these brothers, whatever experiences that they have with women, that may be subjected to them. With your experience, maybe with women, may be completely different than mine. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And, you know, I grew up in a time where I was getting women before, you know, social media and stuff like that. And, you know, it was still easy on me to be able to knock them off, even on the rise of social media. Do I notice the change in women's behavior and everything like that? Of course, I'll be completely ignorant just to say that I don't recognize that shit. However, though, I've had conversations with women from overseas and various different continents and countries and shit. And I will say, for the most part, they tend to be a little bit more.
You're fading out. You're
Cash flow. You must have moved out of your. You must have moved out of your connection area because you just went right digital. Are you walking around your place?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. No, I was just saying that I've talked to foreign women in different continents and different countries, and I will agree that they are, for the most part, more polite, more easier to talk to, a lot more feminine and everything like that. So that was my whole thing with Lucario. But other than that, I mean, for the most part, yeah, you need to have awareness and not be happening dropping your guard down when you're out in these places. I don't know what it is, guys, but it just seems like when some of these brothers leave here from this American soil, they just think that it's all, you know what I'm saying, green on the other side. And that may not always be the case, especially if you just going solo and you don't know nobody. You there on the ground, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to move. For that brother, unfortunately, to him to lose his life, y'all say he a millionaire, right?
One of them was. There's 2 guys that lost their life in the last 2 days.
Damn.
Well, last month now, because the one guy
Yeah.
died 4 weeks ago. Yeah.
Was the guy that lost his life, the one that you showed the video, Andrew? Was that the guy that was the millionaire? The one that was in the elevator? The one that was in the
Yeah.
elevator?
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
in the
the one in the
elevator was the
elevator,
millionaire.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, the one in the elevator is the millionaire, and then you have the guy from Brazil, from New York, that got out there, and I think he got sick. And
That's
his mom
Bogota.
was, yeah.
Colombia.
Oh, that Bogota. I'm sorry, that was Bogota.
Yeah.
He died out there in Bogota. From we
Nah,
know it was
what-
Chica.
Damn.
He got
So wait,
scoped in Chica,
which one
Bogota.
was? So the guy that was a millionaire, he was in Colombia or Brazil?
He was in
Brazil.
Brazil.
That's
Oh,
this
okay.
guy.
What part?
He's a
Like, he was in Rio?
Lapa.
He was in Lapa.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like you got to know how to move, man. And y'all said like I seen a little bit of the
See,
video.
hold on.
It did look a
Can
little.
I just say something really quick?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really would like guys to define know how to move, because obviously it's a safety issue,
Gotta know
right?
how to move.
Prime example.
Okay, can I explain that?
Right. Hold on one second. Keith is in the streets, right? He's a famous YouTuber,
You're more than welcome to come up. Sorry.
and
Ray.
evidently he had an incident where his chain got snatched. All
It
right.
did get snatched. That's not true.
Yeah,
That's not
that's a
true.
rumor. That's not true.
That's not true.
Oh, okay. Well, he had an incident with his damn chain. All right. So,
That's not true. That's
so
not true.
this is make believe, like, because
It didn't happen
Min-
to him. It didn't
Huh?
happen to him. One of his boys that he was
Right.
walking around, a kid ran up on him, but he never snatched the kid's chain. He never snatched the chain. And also they never touched Keith's chain. So I just want to clear it up before you end up on a live with Keith talking about QB even said I got my chain snatched. It didn't happen. You know,
okay.
yeah, it didn't happen. He still had the
Okay.
chain on.
Okay. So, safety is very important, but again, we have to tell guys that you have to do your due diligence and research in these places. Okay. You guys know I got scoped and robbed in Ecuador, and I broke that down. There's a video on it. And I even told Styles King, hey, in Guayaquil, things can go really bad really quick if you're not in the right, if you're in a bad part of town. So there needs to be information where YouTubers need to explain that thoroughly. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead, brother.
So
Shout
you
out
asked
to
me
Razor
what-
Rays with the $5.
That-
I was gonna say this real
Uh-huh.
quick. Shout out to Razor Rays with the $5. He says, "Nah, Quiz chain wasn't taken, but them
Keys.
kids tried." Keys, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Keys. Chain wasn't taken,
Right.
but them
With-
kids tried.
All right, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So QB, you said
You're going digital on us again. You're sounding like a robot right now,
Okay, am I-
brother. My bad.
Yeah, you're good right
Okay,
there.
am I good now? Am I good now?
You're good right there. You're good right there,
Okay.
wherever you move to.
Uh-huh.
All right, bet. You said, what is the proper way of knowing how to move?
No,
That was your question, right?
No. I think guys need to really define that. Okay, it's one thing to say you got to know how to move, but what's knowing how to move? Like, let's put it in context. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying. So go
Okay.
ahead.
So what's your context? So wait, before you put it back on him, QB,
Uh-huh.
what's your context on how to move?
Safety. So it's being safe and going to safe areas. So for example, I don't do the hood shit. I don't go to the hood. I don't want to go in the hood. I don't film in the hood. I promote places where, hey, if you're gonna go to this city, This is where you want to stay. If you're going to, for example, Styles Kings and Guayaquil, I said, look, brother, stay near the Malecon, that area, you're good. Don't go to the south. Don't go to the north, because that's very dangerous. All right. Don't be hanging out late at night past 2:00. You know, if you meet a girl at the club, straight to your Airbnb. No, after hours.
It down with the quickness.
Huh?
You said yes. Lock it down quickly.
Right. And that pretty much goes for a lot of places. Prime example, meeting Colombian women off of Tinder. It's dangerous if you do that in Ecuador. So that's safety. That's the context for me.
All right.
Go ahead.
Time. Okay, cash flow. Go ahead and give your definition of knowing how to move.
Okay. If you are visiting a country that you've never been, well, first of all, if you've never been outside of America, you already need to have the IQ to realize that however people behave and act is not going to be the same once I leave the soil, right? Because even in the most, skeptical neighborhoods here in America, you do got to be knowing how to move. But if it's in a country, especially where the predominant language is not English, you need to do your due diligence to, first ask yourself, why am I traveling here? Am I doing it because I'm a tourist and I just want to just see the land and the landscape, and I want to be able to experience the culture, the food? Am I going for the women? Am I going for business? Right? If it's for something outside of business, you need to make sure that you actually go with the intentions of trying to meet somebody. If you're a man going, you need to be able to go into some higher end areas. Don't be cheap. Spend that bread, because it's not cheap to travel overseas anyway. You got to be able to spend that bread. Now, once you're already in some higher end areas, it's the likelihood of you encountering danger is, a lot more less likely for that to be able to happen. Now, once you do that, you need to be able to, befriend some of the locals just to be able to see. Yeah, don't stay sober. Pay attention to your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Don't be staying out all night per se, but just always make sure that wherever it is that you decide to go, you're going to have to be able to know how to get out of there. And on top of that, the main one, do everything on your terms. So if you meet women and they want to be like, hey, come with us and that, nah, I'm gonna need y'all to come with me. But don't bring him back to your actual spot. Have like an actual separate spot. So if you came there and you got your computer, your laptop, your valuables, all that shit, make sure that shit is something separate. Don't even let it be at the same hotel. Take them to come somewhere completely different.
Thank you. I done said that many a time.
Okay. I want to respond fairly. Okay.
Hold on, sir.
Okay.
Hold on. Breathe. Take a breath.
All right. So the question that I have is, how do you know how to trust the locals? Okay. That's one, because you can't just make friends with everybody, and not everyone's going to have good intentions on wanting to help you. You got people that want to scam you. Two, you do not necessarily, if you bring a girl back, all the women that I've been with prior to my girlfriend, etc., I've never had an issue bringing a girl over and she's taking shit from me. That's never happened. This one time happened to me out there in Ecuador. Okay. So you can take women back to your place, but you have to do your due diligence. And I would advise if somebody's going to do that, make sure there is security. Okay. And you want to alert them.
Absolutely.
To avoid a situation like that happening. But also, I want to say is, you got a place like Medellin, right, where Parque Aris is a very nice area. I wouldn't call that the hood, and guys are still getting scoped and robbed. So instead of
Go ahead.
one more thing, my bad. I know I'm kind of just ranting. Instead
Yeah,
of
you're about to have me push the button here in a second. Go ahead.
okay, and instead of telling guys like you're gonna have to do this, this, and this, and this, like 50 different things to stay safe, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just not going there. Go somewhere else.
Good.
You know, but go ahead.
Okay. So, for one, everything that you do has to be on your terms. I'm going to address the first question. How would you, and this is very imperative too, right? How would you even know? Well, that's the risk. There's no guarantees. I don't care if you're amongst, well, if you're amongst millionaires, then maybe that's a little bit different. But if you're around people that got something to lose, generally speaking, that's universal, right? Now, as an American, we have like this flex floss culture. You know what I'm saying? Don't go down there looking like an American. You can look like a tourist because they can tell that you're basically by your pheno features that you're not one of them. Blend in with everybody else. So based on your outer appearance, as far as the clothes that you have, you want to make sure that you're going to blend in with those people, right? Then on top of that, it's still a risk. But when you around people in higher end places, the likelihood of you being in danger and everything like that, you know what I'm saying, greatly decreases. The reason why a lot of these men and these guys are putting their safety in jeopardy, 99% of the time, my G, they are already in places that's skeptical anyway. They're in the red light districts. They're up here, you know what I'm saying, trying to get they luck up with 2 or 3 girls at one time. Hey, listen, man. The cheat code, I don't know if y'all ever covered this before, right? But I remember I looked at this one video, and it was of a guy that was in Colombia. I think he was in a red light district or whatever, right? And one of the things that you can be able to tell if 2 chicks are really, really into you, man, just tell them chicks, man, hey, if y'all girlfriends, go ahead and make out. Make out right there in front of me. If they really, really are, you know what I'm saying, lesbians and shit like that, then they gonna do that shit. You say that, they gonna look at you and look at each other, they gonna be like, oh, nah, this nigga tripping. And I've seen it. Like, I had my dude do that because I told him, I was like, bro, this is about to be your first time down here and shit like that. You don't want to listen to anything that I got to say. If anything, just say that. And all the things that I told him, he said what I told him to do. And when I was like, yo, tell them girls, if you got them girls that want to come back with you, be like, yo, if y'all really girlfriends, go make out in front of me real quick. They was like, nah. And then they just walked off and shit like that. And that happened on 2 different occasions. I was like, bro, they try to get your ass right then and there. They literally try to get your ass. They not into each other like that. Oh yeah, they about to tag team you, but on a different level. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is this, man. That a man cannot allow himself to be around low-hanging fruit. And that's just what it is, man.
Okay.
I wanted to say something about that. I think that when you talking to people in these other countries and you traveling to the countries, you have to educate yourself a little bit about things. Like, I already know that a lot of South American people are Catholic. So if you know anything about Catholicism, then you would know that most of the time the people, they not trying to have threesomes. They not into all that freaky stuff on the first date for real. So if you meet girls that's talking like that, like the girls that I had on my video, the Ecuadorian chick and the Colombian chick that was both together, they was trying all kind of stuff for real. They wanted me to ride with them, and then once the Ecuadorian chick got to my house, she was like, you know, my friend wanted to come too. And so immediately I asked her, like, okay, so do y'all get down like that? Y'all like each other like that? And she said no. She said no. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, fuck, why would I do that?
So wait a minute, I got a question. So you mean to tell me that they got selective ways of sinning? So you mean to tell me that y'all don't want to do no girl and go action, but y'all are willing to risk it all to be able to drug and potentially take my life? Okay, cool.
Yo, don't put me in that, y'all. I'm good with that.
No, I'm not saying y'all. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying though. I'm not the y'all. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people of that culture.
Right.
The people of
I
that
understand what
culture.
you're saying.
So we selective sinning now. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's
I
what's
mean,
up.
I think a lot of people do selective sinning. I'm just saying, like, as far as culture goes, you know what I mean? How people are raised. Of course, people don't always adhere to everything that's in their culture, but you should know that going into it, that it's not a normal thing. So,
Right.
like people in Thailand, they have a different religion. So it might be more normal for that to happen on the first date or the second date. But in the South American type of country, it's not as normal.
Can I ask all y'all brothers on this on this panel a question, and y'all can answer it whatever way that y'all want to, with whatever order. It doesn't matter. So, and I have nothing against men going overseas or nothing like that, because I can't wait till I take my trip. Right, just wait until the season is over. So, okay, let's say okay for the guys that's tricking, which I don't really care what guys do with their shit, right? But it seems as if these guys get into the most hot water, right? So let's say you want to take a vacay for like a week. These weekend warriors, right? So you're spending about 15 to 2,000 on the flight, plus your hotel stay, Airbnb stay, plus food and other miscellaneous activities. So let's say you spend all together about anywhere between $3 to $5 grand, right? And most of your interactions with the women is, what I'm saying, you buying horns. So what do you guys think they're doing it for? Are they doing it for the experience? Or are they doing it because it's a hot trend that's been going on for the past few years as passport bros, quote unquote? Or do y'all think that they better off just staying in America and spending whatever money that it is to buy hookers here? What y'all think?
Who wants to go first? Hold on, let's do this in order. Who wants to go? Of course, QB wants to go first. He's like the kid at the front of the fucking classroom, sitting in the first fucking chair. Okay, go ahead, QB.
I think a lot of these passport bros that are going overseas, and we're gonna relate it to the hookers, they're doing that for pay to play because they're primarily forced to do that. And what I mean by that is they're not seeking local women or wanting to date local women. And in some countries where you go, it is a lot cheaper to deal with hookers than local women. And so they love that thrill. Drew, shout out to Drew. He called it the hooker rush. And they're getting so caught up into, messing with the 304s. Now they want to relate it to dating, that, hey, you can go over here, pay for the girl, and then also you can pay for her to be your girlfriend. And that's just not realistic for a long-term solution. It can be very detrimental to you as well. That's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
Let me give a little pushback on that. Most of what QB was saying is true. But I just think that
It's blueprint.
if you must not have any common sense if you're going to be spending all that money just to go through a hookup, and you could just do it cheaper by going down to the Bunny Ranch in Nevada. If you want that girlfriend experience or whatever. First of all, what is this girlfriend experience? Just get a girlfriend.
Well, that's just the thing, True G. Like a lot of these guys, they can't get a girlfriend.
Right.
And so they really want companionship, because going through hookers is not fulfilling. You get the baddie, right? You get in the room, and then there's a lot of instances where she does not want to please you, and she'll cheat you out for time. So when they do get something that they really like, now they're like, all right, this was great, but I want to hang out with you. I want to drink, smoke weed, do all sorts of crazy stuff, take selfies with you so I can show my homies that I'm doing big shit when you're tricking. That's what they want.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Okay, they have issues and they don't need to be
So-
traveling. Seriously, they
I
have
agree.
issues and they don't need to be
I
traveling.
wholeheartedly agree.
Okay, that's a mental issue because it's like you're going when this thing originally started off. It was about guys who were stuck in the friend zone, want to go overseas and find love. Now it's about sex tourism. I'm sorry, say ex tourism.
QB, we can't hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's about ex tourism. That's what this thing has turned into, and we have become the face of it. All right, it's crazy, and it doesn't make any sense. There's no logic in that when you can do, and these are dudes that's getting it back home anyway.
Right.
These ain't these so-called incels or anything like that. These are the same dudes that's getting it over in the United States. They're just going overseas doing it. There's nothing cheap about it because it's all expensive when you flying back and forth. Flying ain't cheap. Hotels ain't cheap. None of this is cheap. And you wasting it for a 5-minute pump and dump. And now you're putting yourself at risk of possibly coming home in cargo because they're drugging you. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's one thing that you're going over there, like, okay, if you're a content creator, you're showing stuff like Ace does, and he just shows different places to go and stuff like that during the daytime, and that's one thing. But a lot of these guys are going over there just doing pay for play stuff. That's what it is, and it doesn't make any logic whatsoever. They're not even going to Amsterdam. All right.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's nothing. I don't even want to say the word on it.
Now, I will be fair. I am happy for these guys that they're getting that experience and dealing with trauma from the United States dating. You had a bad experience. You're dealing with the trauma. You're relieved. Shout out to Big Boss, right? He's really honest in his hooker.
Oh, man,
why would you shout him out of all people?
Oh, man.
Could you not have picked a better example, bro?
I mean, again,
we all
he
talking
doesn't.
about hookers.
Yeah, we are talking about hookers. He's letting you know that, hey, I'm going over. I'm going over here to bust it up. I don't care about dating, and this satisfies me.
Let me jump in on that. I want to answer the question too. I think that it's a lot of different kind of guys. Like everybody's not a monolith. So just like when I was in high school and every just being around other guys, like a lot of guys just don't care. Some guys they'll hit anything that's moving. Some guys they need companionship. A lot of guys need different things. So I think a lot of the focus is being put on the guys that don't care what they do. You know what I mean? So they don't have any real type of connection that they trying to build, like you saying about the other guy. So it's some guys that are trying to do something for real. Just like it's women that don't mind doing P for P, but it's some women that actually need a connection to get with a guy.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree with you.
I just want to piggyback and say this, man. I don't care if guys do pay for play. It's not really my issue. My issue is when you're misleading, because you may have some people who are really trying to find, let's just say on YouTube, a girlfriend in foreign destinations. And then you got these guys in these Roche motel spots bringing a girl home and say, hey, guys, look, see, these girls are easy, guys. These girls are easy. When the audience who've never traveled before decides to get a plane ticket, go out there, and then next minute, he's doing a transaction with this chick, and he's, what the fuck? All these girls want his money. And then you'll see that same guy getting mad at the chicas, don't want to negotiate any prices, right? Because they felt they had a genuine connection. Because they were misled from YouTubers that's telling these girls, these girls are great, they're easy, you can get them. But behind scenes, they're not really being honest and truthful and saying, listen, I'm paying for these girls, okay? I'm paying for their time. This is what we're doing. They're misleading their audience.
But how delusional how delusional is anybody that's on a vacation to think that they're going to get a girlfriend long term?
All of them.
You'll be
No,
surprised.
I mean it can happen. Hold on, True G.
Don't sell that dream, QB. Stop it.
But wait a
I'm
minute,
not selling the
Not on
dream.
no
brother.
weekend fucking warrior bullshit. It can happen. Stop it.
Okay,
But
can
at the
I
same
can
time-
I
Go
can I
ahead.
respond fairly?
Go ahead.
So, prime example, when I met my girlfriend,
I'm
it was a weekend. I was in Guadalajara for 3 days. I met her Saturday. I left. We hung out again Sunday. Okay, and I left that Monday. But I ended up seeing her the following month. So you can meet a
But
girl.
how many hookers in between all that did you finally actually lock it down and say, okay, I'm gonna make you my main? It didn't
That's
happen
what I was
overnight.
about to say too, Ronan. Exactly.
Wait, repeat that one more time, brother.
How many hookers in between time before you decided to make her your main did it take? It wasn't overnight. It wasn't a weekend. It took you a long time before you made her your main, and you went through a whole bunch of other chicks before you did it.
Okay, I just want to make this. I just want to make this
again,
announcement real quick.
Selling a dream that yes, you can meet one woman in one weekend,
Hold
and
on,
it's
Rod.
going to be a forever thing because you don't know. You don't know her like
Okay,
that.
Ron, hold on. I just want to
Go
make
ahead.
this announcement, guys. I did put something up in the chat, so I would love to get your votes on, please. You would have to go to my channel and I would cast your votes on what you guys think of this question. Go ahead, QB.
Okay, so yes, it did take time for me to
Thank you for
vet her.
confirming that. Yes.
Okay, it took time for me to vet her, and
Yes.
she didn't officially become my girlfriend basically until a year after. But you can go somewhere for a weekend and potentially meet a local girl and date her long term. I also don't want to exclude that out the conversation as well.
All right, cool.
appreciate that.
I want to ask this real quick. I want to add, and this question is to to post it to the brothers on the panel, right? So y'all mentioned, I forgot who mentioned this. Maybe this was you, Style King. I think you mentioned this, and he was like, I guess what happens that you got a lot of the negativity where guys is going overseas and they doing their thing and they end up taking L's and it ends up being more of the passport bro movement is catching heat and slack based on the L's that guys take. But I'm kind of like paraphrasing what you were saying, right? And I agree with you, right?
I don't know if I said that.
Well, basically, I wanted to piggyback off of what you had said.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's kind of like with the music industry, right? I don't know what era that you're from or whatnot, but back in like the 90s and everything, yeah, you had positive music that was being pushed, you know what I'm saying, late 80s, where you had higher consciousness hip hop and shit like that was being played on the radios, and then slowly over time, it got more degenerate, and take it to current time. You don't hear none of that shit because none of the record execs ain't want to push that shit. They want to keep it on a low frequency, low vibration. You know what I'm saying? All that stupid ratchet shit. And I think the correlation is similar to where you have even with the passport book, because I see it on both spectrums. I see guys that's actually doing it the right way, where they're vetting these women, they're dating these women, they're actually living, moving there for whatever reason, living there, and they're taking time to learn the culture. You know what I'm saying? The people, they may speak the language some of the times, and they may end up coming on the win to be able to either have a long-term girlfriend or they married, right? And those type of situations don't really get promoted in a positive. Well, excuse me, because it's positive, it doesn't get promoted like that to where it's like, oh, hey, this is how y'all supposed to move. It's always the degenerate shit, because for whatever reason, people are attracted to negativity, right? And it just smears all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And that's quite unfortunate because I know brothers that's doing both. They want to just have fun, enjoy their life, be a bachelor. And then you got guys that want to create a family and they want to do this and the third because, you know, the Western society, the American court laws and everything isn't conducive to what it is that they're trying to obtain in the long run. You know what I mean? And,
Listen, man,
you know,
ain't nobody trying to fly over there and create families, man. They trying to get some.
Wait a minute, Drew. What the hell? Drew,
we got somebody to push back. We got somebody playing devil's advocate over here. All right, Drew. I want to hear this.
Bro, I agree with you, bro. I don't know what Drew talking about.
Right.
We got Travis, Tony.
Hey guys. I gotta jet out of here. I gotta get some rest, but I'll be listening. Okay.
Peace.
We'll be on our best behavior, QB. Okay.
All right. And I'm not selling dreams, guys. Okay. QB is not.
You went from a whole weekend to a year. That's not a dream.
Okay, so let me read the votes real quick, guys. Let me read the votes. It says, "Is QB selling dreams?" 71% of people said yes. 29% of people.
Oh, damn.
Hey, QB. And see, that's a perfect example of everybody's perception. And you got to change perceptions. Because they say one person's perception is their reality, right? That they're thinking, hey, QB selling dreams, 70%.
Right. But again,
see,
my action
instead of saying, wait. There's the button instead of saying, I'm going to take that in, I'm going to absorb it, and maybe I might make a change.
Okay. Yeah. But
you know what?
My question is, let's really be hold on. Let's really be specific, okay? Because I'm telling you factual information. Like, yeah, I went there on a weekend, did meet, you know, the girl that I'm dating now. And that's the honest truth. Now, again, people can take it very subjective. Well, yeah, you did, but it took her a while and you were banging hookers in between before you made her your girlfriend.
Right.
You know?
Which is the truth. You just cut it down to where it was all nice and sweet. Like a short story.
Pussy
but there
looks
was a whole
fatty.
bunch of shit that was in between it. And you left that part out. So when you do the short story and you leave out all the fucking fight and the fat in the middle, what did you just do?
Your pussy looks fatty.
No. I still disagree.
Okay.
But
see,
you know,
that's the thing.
But you got a bedtime, so you need to go ahead and shut everything down.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have known your story,
put your head in the
QB,
go ahead.
I got one last question for you.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, yo, QB, I got one last question before you go, bro.
Yeah.
What was the issue you had with old boy who was on his way to Colombia and he got held up by the people down there and shit, and they was going through his phone and everything like that? You think that he was on some BS?
Talking about Pathfinder.
Yeah, he's talking about Pathfinder. So the real backstory: when I got scoped and robbed, Pathfinder was the only one that thought I was capping. Like, he literally thought I got drunk and the girls just took everything. They didn't actually scope me. But that has never ever happened to me where I got so drunk, I got pitched out black and just, you know, left women, especially, with no supervision of what's going on. That I've never done that. So from that, he had his incident with getting denied access to Colombia, and I responded to his incident. But I'm telling guys, there's more to it that he's leaving out, because his story was not making any logical sense. I mean, he was saying,
G is on your side because he's all concerned about the perfume and the dresses and all that shit in the bag, you know?
Right. Don't donating. Come on, bro. Look, you don't donate perfume to a nonprofit in another country, toys, and, you know, all sorts of stuff. And I'm a weatherman. I'm a chef. He couldn't find his YouTube channel. I'm like, dude, this is nutty, man. So
Hey QB, I don't know if you heard this or not, but the brother that died, the guy who had the pulmonary aneurysm,
mhm.
when his luggage came back to his mom, his luggage had female stuff in it too.
Oh,
Brand new
Yup.
stuff though. So
Brand
my
new
theory,
fake female.
my theory.
drug-
Listen,
drug-
my theory was whoever he went there to meet, his mom might have not have been aware, but he was going to meet a chick that he had brought some clothing for, and within the 4 days after the brain aneurysm, he never got to meet up with the chick to give her the gifts.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
That's a possibility for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Drew. I'm out, players.
All right,
Later, bro.
appreciate you,
That's
man.
all right.
All right, Andrew. Andrew, why did you say that about every passport, bro? When Cash Flow was over there cooking, you cut him off to say that everybody tricking and stuff like that. So why did you say that?
No. What I mean is like everybody does it, man. But it's just people don't want to admit it.
Wait, everybody does what, Drew?
Everybody has tricked before, man. Like it's not a big deal.
So are we talking about literally? Hold on. I want to make sure I get this right. Are you talking about literal hand to money transactions for
Everybody's did some form of tricking. When it came down to what
are you talking about?
No, I'm just talking about in general. Everybody has done it. Everybody's experienced it, bro. The thing about it is I don't know why people think it's so shameful to experience it. You have to. Everybody's going to experience doing something at least once for the first time. But what I'm saying,
one of the things is a shame.
Go ahead.
One of the things can be shameful. So, like the brother saying, okay, he talking hand the money transaction, that is shameful. Or you talking about, hey, I'm taking my girl out to dinner multiple times a week. That's not shameful.
Right, that's
So
different.
different.
no, but nobody's talking about that.
So you lumping
Let
it
him
together.
clear it up. Now that you put it out there, Drew G, let him clear it up. Which way are you saying it, Cash Flow? Are you
Nobody's
talking about just straight transactional, hand to hand, like you gave her cash and bam, y'all doing it? Or are you talking about a relationship where you're spending money based on the fact that you're in a relationship and you're getting reciprocal treatment, but in a sexual way?
That, and I'm gonna add a third one. Are you also talking about they do all of the above, and when they get with, okay, so let's say a man meets woman for the first time, right? Whether it's through online dating or whether it's through just cold approach or whatever these guys words use and shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he has intentions on smashing that chick and she's one of the types that just go with the flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he, let's say he spends like $5 on a drink or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They get the vibe and they get to talking and everything like that. And one thing leads to another, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be tricking too? Even though he literally just wanted to have a drink.
Mm-mm.
And even though he wanted to smash, he didn't expect it. So can that be considered as tricking as well?
Mm-mm. No, that's living in the home.
That's the problem when people start lumping everything together. Like it sounds like what Andrew was trying to say is every man is a trick because they take care of their woman or their wife, or they take the woman out the gym.
I didn't say all that. I didn't say
But
all
I'm
that.
saying, what are you saying then? Because you said
that's your word.
Clear it up.
That's
Wait.
your word.
That's why I asked you.
Let's clear it up. We got Cash Flow's definition. Now, what did you mean based on what Style King said, Andrew? Did you mean that everybody pays for it, whether you're a husband or not?
If I could get the chance to answer your question, I would, sir.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, I never said that a man who's married and takes care of his wife is not only just tricking, but as far as paying, yeah, I mean, you're a provider, right? You're paying.
No,
we're all paying.
We're all paying. Is not a trick.
So are you saying that? Hold on, Andrew. Are you? hold on, Andrew. Are you saying that those last couple sentences that you just said? Are you saying that is synonymous with tricking?
No, I didn't say that it's synonymous with tricking if a man is providing for a woman, but what I'm saying is we're all still paying for it. You may not necessarily trick because you have provided, you're still providing because you're putting out money.
Yeah, he gripped. He gripped it.
You don't pay for your wife. You don't put a roof over her head. You don't.
I've had plenty of girlfriends, and yes, I was the provider. It's nothing less than actual having a vehicle, a brand new vehicle, and I gotta pay to get the oil change, pay to get the gas in that motherfucker. I'm paying for the tune-up. I may pay to get the brakes done. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's maintenance. It's cash flow. It's currency. You know what I'm saying? It's some different shit, bro. So okay, let me ask you this. Way before fiat currency even got introduced into modern society as we know it, what do you think the men before those times had to do to be able to maintain that woman?
Before currency?
Yes.
What did those men have to do?
Yes.
I wouldn't know because I wasn't part of that generation. I don't know tell me what would men have to do?
Take a stab at it, bro.
I don't know.
Take a
Are they getting clubs and beating down bitches with it or something? I don't know. Caveman days? What we talking about? Currency? You gotta
okay, so I'm gonna answer that. So I'm gonna answer that for you.
Let me say it. I'll say it. So back in the day, before there was actually a currency, it was a barter and trade system. So the barter and trade system, like if you were a good farmer, you grew vegetables or you grew plants and you go to a market and you would trade those goods and services for something else that you wanted. Maybe there was a cattleman that had cows and he raised the cows in order to, you get what I'm saying? It was a barter and trade system.
Okay, well that makes sense. Okay. You had something with value. You had something with value. So you would trade that in for something. That's the same thing with currency, with money. That's the same thing with having resources.
So to go back to those days, to be clear. So when it was arranged marriages, you had to pay the family with that currency or that barter. A lot of them demanded cattle. Some of them would demand a certain amount of grain per year in order to have their daughter as your wife and so on. So is that also a trick?
Yeah, but we're in 2024, man. Ain't nobody dealing with cattle and shit. Let's just be real. Stone age niggas. We in 2024. Ain't nobody give a damn about no damn cattle. It's 2024. People think about resources. Fuck out of here with that cattle shit.
Isn't that a resource?
Let's just keep it real.
Wasn't that a resource back then?
That's back then. People ain't thinking about that shit right now. We're in 2024. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no damn cattle. People want resources. Women want money. Okay? They want resources. Okay, that's the truth.
Okay. Andrew, are you selling dreams? Are you selling
dreams? If you think about it, I'm about to say back then. If you
I don't know if that's Everclear or water you're drinking right now, but you need to slow down. Whatever it is,
H2O.
Times you had to go through a woman's father, to ask for that marriage. And a lot of times, even with parents and stuff like that, they sold the marriage onto that man. Like, oh, she's a good cook, or she's good with her, taking care of her brothers and sisters, or what value she was bringing into your life. But now, with the degradation of the family, there aren't too many guys going to the wife's father and talking to them like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's
there
true.
was a time in history.
I got a question for y'all.
Full of them. You full of them. I'm about to push a button on you.
No, that's good. Keep it going.
Go ahead, Cash Flow.
So look, check this out, right? So I don't keep track of how guys are doing as far as whatever it is that they want to obtain, what their end goal is, right? I scroll on Facebook every now and then I see some shit where guys is, you know what I'm saying? But okay, if guys really wanted to be with traditional quote unquote women, would y'all agree that they would tend to go outside the city instead of in the city?
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Because
let me answer
what's
this question.
really like outside of the thin blanket of culture, right? One thing that really separates them is just that. But they got smartphones and iPhones and shit and sponsors too. Matter of fact, I'll say this. Would y'all agree or disagree with me that the women that live in the second and third world / developing countries are more bigger whores because they going to do it based off survival versus than the women in America? Go ahead.
I want to answer this question because I actually was watching Sunshine Shoulders video one day, and he asked his girl. Of course, his girl lives in the Philippines. Mother is a mother of his daughter, and he was asking about traditional values. He said, "Are you traditional woman?" And she said, "No." Like even though she cooks, does everything for him, she said, "I'm not a traditional woman." And in her mind, she said, "I'm not a traditional woman because um, when I think of traditional, it was when the man would have to court the woman, and you had to have permission to come over there and y'all work things out amongst each other. You got the permission from the father to ask for the daughter's hand in marriage,
Mhm.
all of the stuff that went along with that. She was like,
Okay.
yeah, I do all this thing. I cook, I wash the dishes, I clean up everything, but I don't consider myself a traditional woman. And I was like,
Mm.
wow, she does everything for him, but she doesn't consider herself a traditional woman.
But
But
see,
wait
that's
a
a
minute. Is
difference
that
in
what
his
something
woman
that
versus wait, that's a difference between his woman and mine. Mine says the exact opposite. She is a traditional woman. And what the word is over there, instead of saying courting, it's called legal. Legal is the Filipino term of courting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's similar to, dating, sweet messages, taking them out. You have to sit down, talk with the parents and all that.
Yeah.
So in my case, hers is more in a traditional mode where the family has covered her in the Catholic way of life, and she will not move out of that house until we get married.
Oh, that's good.
Like
And also too, Roland, I want to add on to this. I'd rather the women be completely honest and say that they're not traditional. Because just like here in America, what a marriage originally meant, and you're talking about dowry, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't a dowry originally by tradition was supposed to mean that the woman was a virgin?
Yes.
I just want to know.
Yes.
Okay, then cool. So I already know. I already know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask you. So if that's the case, then, and if these women still want to so-called go by quote unquote tradition, then that means that I shouldn't have to pay a dowry because you're not a virgin, right?
It depends.
If that woman and the family of that woman says that we are traditional.
Wait. It depends on what culture you're in. Some require a dowry, some of them don't.
I'm talking about the ones that do require dowry. I'm talking about the ones that do require
there
dowry.
are African nations that still require dowries. As a matter of fact, I think International Zoe had a chick that was cooking for him on his show just about a week ago, and he says, "What would it take for a guy to want to get to marry you?" He said, "You would have to pay a dowry." She said, 25 fucking cows.
And I bet you was she a virgin?
Now, I guarantee you she wasn't if she was sitting in Zoe's house cooking for his ass that day.
You see what I'm saying?
You get what I'm
saying?
saying?
So wait a minute though.
Tony actually had to pay a dowry. You know that, right?
Huh?
Traveling Tony, he actually had to pay a dowry for his wife.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't paying shit unless she a virgin, bro. And I'm gonna only know that if the hymen is not broken.
But anyway.
But that's what I was saying. Like everybody different though. You know what I mean? Like we all different. We all got different expectations. It's like I don't care. I personally don't care if the girl call herself traditional, if she call herself whatever she call herself, because I done met girls that say they things that they not. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about the action to me.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Somebody said no hymen, no diamond.
I
Alex,
ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna
highlight
say that.
Alex Bam Bam. Alex Bam Bam. He's a YouTuber over in Thailand right now. He has a girlfriend named Miley, and he answered the question. He's saying, a traditional woman is just a woman overseas. If you ask my girl, her answer would be, I am a woman. Basically, she just does everything because that's what she is. She is a traditional woman. She's just going to say that's what all women are supposed to do.
Yeah. Like she was probably brought up.
Am I getting that
seeing what
right,
her
Alex?
mom was doing for her father.
And he said a dowry in Thailand in the most countries would be no set amount you need to pay. It's just up to the family and what they want to set. That's what he's saying from Thailand.
Yep.
So wait a minute, I got another question. So if, all right, you pay a dowry, and let's say that the marriage fails, do you get your dowry back of what you paid?
Now, I've heard different stories. Like if something happens where the woman starts to act up, that dowry also gives the family permission to come in and get that woman straight because they're not trying to give shit back. So the family will come back and straighten that chick out.
Wow.
She's not fully released. Okay, because that is a placeholder. What you're doing when you pay a dowry is they have an evaluation of how much they feel their daughter is worth. Okay, to them as far as contributing to the family. If she was to stay in the family network, say she's got her doctorate, that doctorate would go towards the wealth of the family until she gets married. So if you pull her out of the house, they're losing that income. So the dowry is supposed to kind of replace what that daughter's production could be within the household. With her not being there, it would be missed.
Interesting.
So guys, it's getting pretty late, man. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up.
And Bam Bam said the same thing.
Styles King, you got anything you well no, who did we miss? Passport Blueprint, man. You got anything you want to shout out your channel or anything like that? Or you got any last words?
Nah, I ain't got nothing. Just thanks for having me up.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Style Kings, man. Where can they find you at, man? You got any last words? Style.
He just muted for a second. I think he'll come back in a second. I think he got to get up and do something.
Okay.
Normally won't cam down until
Cash Flow. Oh, wait. We get Styles. You got any last words you want to say, man? You want to plug in your social?
Plug your shit, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all letting me up. I'm currently out here in Ecuador, searching the country for places to live, things to do, things that I can bring to the YouTube space. So y'all show me some love, come to the channel and holler at me, man. But other than that, I appreciate y'all letting me up, give my opinion. I think there's a lot of guys that are looking for something, and I think some guys are just looking for what they're looking for. So it's up to you. Make the decision. Try not to make everybody look bad.
Facts.
Good message, man. Peace, man. Peace.
All right, man. Ronnie, you want to say any last things before we close up the panel?
Oh, did you get with Cash Flow?
Oh, wait.
Cash Flow,
Okay. All I'm gonna say is I think I'm about to go outside and do some hood rat stuff with my friends. I'm just kidding, but hey, man, I enjoyed it as always, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Always good panels and stuff like that. Very good conversation and thought-provoking conversation too, and that's always needed. But yeah, peace, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Peace.
Well, Ron, you want to say the last words, and then I'll go last, I guess.
I mean, what topic are we speaking on at this point? I'm so confused, man. We jump around so much on our panels. We jump around so much on our panels, bro. I don't even know.
Hey, Drew, I'm surprised you shut it down early this quick.
Nah, because I gotta get
yesterday, and he did one before.
I did one before that, and I did one. Yeah, well, I mean, we're going on 3 hours. Plus, I got to get up early in the morning and shit. Right. That's why. So.
Yeah, man. Likewise, bro. Likewise, man.
But I just want to say this, man. In all perspective, man. I just think everybody, if you don't know what you're doing, there's so many other ways of protecting yourself. I said the whole thing from the beginning with the Airbnb spots. If you're picking an Airbnb, please look at the profiles and see if the person speaks English and Spanish. Okay. If they speak English, that's a plus. Deal with those hostess. Also, do some research on the place that you're going to. Some of these people don't do the researches of where they're going to in these Airbnb spots. Some they go into these sketchy spots because they think it's cheap, blah, 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 blah. Then they go there and they don't even know where the hell they're at. You can get got. Okay. We've seen it time and time again. Just do things correctly, man. The appropriate way. And also make sure you got some security that's downstairs that will take the girl's license if you're playing this game. That will take a girl's license, take a copy of the girl's license, or keep the girl's license until she leaves or your place of residence. You know, make sure you have security cameras. Make sure you're being somewhere where it's secure, so you don't have to worry about getting scoped or robbed. Because 9 times out of 10, if females got to give their ID or any type of identification that can trace back to them, they're probably not going to do no stupid shit. Just say.
Yeah, top notch, man.
Salute.
Facts.
Anyway, I guess we can say we're done, huh?
Salute.
We can.
Peace.
If you want, like I said, there's so many topics, man. I don't even want to touch it anymore. We good. You said it all.
We out of here.
The Andrew Show.